projected capital expenditure to start business, and projected monthly income expense statement, break-even analysis, all those things. So how do we calculate all those things?
Okay, let's go one by one. Which is what do you want to start with?
Sir, can we just go each step by step, whatever that we need to mention in the information memorandum? Can we discuss each and every point, like the 8 points? Can we discuss how do I?
Just give me a few seconds. Let me do the lighting setting. Is my image clear, or do I need to?
Yes, sir. It's okay. It's fine, sir. It's fine, sir. It's okay.
I thought if it's dark or something, I can change the lighting. Okay.
No, sir. No problem.
So let me just pull up that sheet where I've given you the assignment. Yeah. Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I should go directly to information memorandum, right?
Yes, sir.
So first thing, see, information memorandum is your set of documents which you have to present besides your pitch deck. Always remember that information memorandum will always be required. You can never skip it. Okay, why? Because when you present a pitch deck and anyone wants to know some further information, where will you give it? It has to be there somewhere, right? So that entire set of information is contained in something we call the information memorandum. Okay, and what is this information? This is a set of graphical representation and pictures of the production process. So let's say whatever your idea is, let's say you're producing some food items or something, right? So show some pictures. How will you do it? Wherever you can pull it from. Maybe you're making it yourself. Maybe the kitchen. How it is working. What is the process, etc. Right? So if you don't have pictures, you can show some graphical representation. That this is how you will do it. Maybe using some graphical images. You got it? Animated or whatever.
So, sir, we can get pictures from Google or Pinterest as well, right?
You can do that, but try to make it a little realistic. It should not be, it's something like the real estate guys do. They're selling a property in Mumbai and they're showing blondes and all the pictures. Don't create that kind of a scenario. You get the picture, you get the point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be realistic.
So if we don't have pictures, so can we add a flow chart explaining the process or something like that? Make it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can always find some pictures. It does.
But sir, probably we are more our project is more on the service side, right? So
what is it? What is your project?
So which I told you, remember, it's probably an Airbnb for food, right? Which connects local people to the travelers.
Right.
So this is a service. Yes. So this is a service which will be a very little difficult to be portrayed in a picture without any experience or without any getting into the market, right?
So you can show pictures of people who are, which kind of conveys to your audience that this is what it is. Try to pull out those pictures, and to you also it will clarify. Okay, this is how it will look like. This is how pictorially I can show it. You also must be having a picture in your mind. It is your mental picture which you have to show. That kind of a thing. You get the point. Maybe you combine a few pictures. Be a little creative. Just pull a couple of pictures and put it together. Except for Bollywood stars, make it a little realistic. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
I think, Sahil, you could get the pictures of this foreigners coming and eating in the homestays. So you have a home atmosphere there, and
yeah, I had that thing in my mind at the moment. I just hit across that.
A man in a white man in a kurta pajama and a white girl in a sari, enjoying food in an Indian house. That's something.
Yes.
Making chapatis on the tawa.
It has to be homestay. It will have that homely atmosphere also.
Yeah, sure. I told you I gave you an example of this blog I keep watching on video log I keep watching on Facebook. Just find it. You'll go through it and you'll get a lot of ideas through that. It's called the Chopstick Travels. Make a note of this, Sahil. Chopstick Travels on Facebook. You have these Facebook videos, right? That's the one.
Yes,
on
sir.
Chopstick Travels. Okay. Anyone else wants to know about this first
No, sir, understood.
document? Okay, great.
So,
Check.
so for that, so if it is like my product that like my project is importing the foreign brands of
So show your
mentioned-
product, no? That you can show directly that product, right? You must be having the pictures of that product.
Okay.
There's no process in that, right? It's just a finished product, right?
Yes, sir.
Show that. Then second is findings of a market survey. Right. So if you have taken any kind of a market survey, show the questionnaire. First of all, list of questions. What were the questions you asked? And what was the result of that survey? Let's say you took a survey of 10 people, asking them that, okay, this is the product, what do you feel about it? Or taking the views about it, or some people talking about it, right? It could be a video survey also, it could be an audio interview or a written survey. You don't have to show all 10 survey results, but just a summary that I interviewed 10 people and this is what they had to say. Person number 1, person number 2, person number 10, whatever, that kind of thing, right? And this is what you
Okay,
learned from that survey. Got it?
Mhm.
This is like to understand what the customer is looking for. It's just the design process, design thinking stage of your project, right? And gauging
So-
the market for that. Yeah. Sorry, what's the question?
So when you say market survey, I did the survey for this hostel in different cities and different hostels.
Hmm.
But you want us to do a survey from people, right? So that won't work in market
No,
survey.
whatever is applicable to your ideas, that is fine. Whether it's people or it's B2B, it's businesses. If you're trying to do a market scan of how different hostels are doing this business, is that what you did?
So what I did was I compared a few hostels and I compared their price and which season is the price range is high and in which season the price range is low.
Okay. Is that a market survey or is it a online research you did?
So that I could say it is an online research.
Yeah, that's not a market survey. Market survey is when you physically go to people and ask them, one to one, or you call them up on the phone or something. This is an internet research, right? That's a different story
Okay.
altogether. That is not
Okay.
covered under market survey.
So
Yes,
So
yes,
if-
Betsy.
if I could ask couple of the people I know that if I have an idea like this, so would you be how will you rate this idea, or do you think that is good? Is that what I should ask?
Yes,
Or if
ideally,
some like
that's
this,
take
how you will
the response of people, how they would your target audience, how will it respond to this kind of a product being introduced by you? You
Okay,
understand? Yeah, whether it's positive response or negative, it doesn't have to be positive all the time. That will be a kind of an unrealistic expectation. So get views of positive as well as negative, whatever the real views are of people. What do they tell you about this product? As end users, are they going to use it? Then only you'll get the confidence, right, to introduce it. Maybe you feel great about it, but what about your target audience? Are they going to buy it from you? That's what is important, right?
Okay, sir.
Any other question on this second point?
No, sir.
The next one
Sir,
is,
it should be format of interview format. We should put it.
sorry? What was
Sir,
the
we should
question
put it
again?
in an. Should we put it in an interview format? Or how
Ideally,
will-
yes. You have to show what were the questions you asked in the survey, and then the entire replies you got. You got 10 different replies. Just if they are the same reply, you don't have to repeat the reply. But if you receive what are the different replies you received in that survey?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Go ahead. The next one. So now next one is photographs of the product and service. This is the photograph of the end product. This is different from the point number one, which was the photograph and picture of the production process. How you're making the product. But number three is end product itself. Right? So
Hello.
you have to put whatever is applicable. Hello. What?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Sir, your internet is not stable.
Sir, we can't hear anything, sir.
Sir,
Okay,
your
hold on,
voice is
hold on.
breaking, sir.
Hold on.
Sir, internet is just not stable at the moment, I believe. Sure, sir.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear or still garbled or something?
No, sir, it is clear
It's
now.
better now.
I've just reduced a couple of applications which were running in the background. So let me know if it goes wrong again.
Maybe you
And
the camera.
Yes, sir. You can.
You can
should
try
I switch
turning
off the camera?
then.
Okay.
Sir.
Is this better now? The audio? It's just the audio. It's no video. I have switched off the video.
Yes, sir. It's
Okay,
clear now.
Great. Great. Still giving me the what extra application won't happen. Okay. So now point number 4 is
Sir, we
videos.
did not get what you said for point number 3.
Okay,
We were not able to hear it.
point number 3 was about the photographs of the end product and service, right? So this is different from point number 1 where you were showing the production process itself. If you are producing a product, what are the different stages it goes through or how you are producing it. Whereas in number 3, you're only showing the photograph of the end product or your service, right? So that is the difference. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Point number 4 is video of the product or service. So if you can manage to get a video or shoot a video on your mobile camera, that's good enough. It gives more credibility. Just like you see videos of any new product being introduced on the YouTube or on different Kickstarter or those channels, right? You've seen a lot of them, right? So it sort of gives a confidence to your audience that this is what the product looks like. It tells a better story of your product or service, right? Then number,
Sir,
yes, Betsy.
since I have only 10, can I replace point number 1, 3, and 4 with the video?
You mean you will combine all three with the video?
Because see, for me, everything I can show you the same thing itself, right? There is no difference between point number 1 or 3. It's the same photo, and
Okay,
then
fine.
4 is
You can do that. If you think you don't need any one of these, you can skip that and just go to the other one and cover everything in the video only. But market survey, I don't know if you can cover in the video. I don't know how.
no,
you will
market
do it.
survey I will do separate. What I was meant is
Okay,
point
the
number 1.
pictures. Yeah,
Yes, sir,
sure.
pictures.
Sure.
Okay.
So you can give a better description of the product, through the video. What is it made of? What is the material?
So, but in
How
my
does it
idea,
work
I
in the
won't be
hygiene?
able to.
Sure, sir.
So in
Yes.
my idea, I think so I won't be able to make a video, sir, because I'm actually pitching for a platform which would like connect people who want to get hired. So like, how
So
am I
show
supposed to
the
make
show the screenshots of this platform. If you have to create those
screenshots?
screenshots. So if you have to create those screenshots, do that.
Screenshots, sir, like in what sense? Like I didn't got it, sir.
So
Like
what is a platform?
interface.
Yeah, user interface screenshots. That these are what the screenshots will look like. It will have these 5 pages. This is the registration
Okay, sir.
page. Then this is the page which shows what are the recruiters, list of recruiters. So that will sort of be used for something which you pull from your website kind of a thing.
So on like am I supposed to make it on a Word format or like
Website.
No, I think you can do it on PowerPoint.
PowerPoint?
Yeah. Or you can
Okay, sir.
pull up pictures and show it on PowerPoint itself, where you're giving your
Okay,
pitch.
sir. Okay, sir. I'll try and do it, sir.
Yeah. You know
Sir,
that you
and,
can insert pictures in PowerPoint and all that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
so
What was the other question?
what could I show in hostel idea for video?
If you can pull a video of this is what a hostel will look like, and
Okay.
these are the people who come there, and this is their feedback and all. Maybe you can find a couple of videos.
I can find, but that would be YouTube videos. Is it? Would that be fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Make it
Okay.
short. Don't have too long videos. Always have
Yes,
short
sir.
videos. Maximum of
Okay.
2 or 3 minutes. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Point number.
My-
Yeah. Yes, Betsy.
One point for Aman. Actually, there is a website known as Sketch to Code. So if he can just draw the thing, maybe the boxes or login or something in a paper, and if we can upload, it will actually create a HTML format for that. Whatever we draw and upload. So
That's nice.
we can actually,
That's sort of
Yes.
creating a website, is it? Does it help in creating websites or something? Or interface, user interface?
Yeah, it's kind of a user interface thing. They are used to like convert handwritten drawings to working HTML prototypes.
Okay, okay. So just share the link of that on with him directly
Yes,
or
sir. Yes,
on the
Betsy.
common group also. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So you guys can always share these kind of tools with each other. Should I move on?
Yes, sir.
Point number 5. Storyboard or mock-up of advertisements. So when you're going to launch your business, you're going to advertise, right? So show the kind of advertisements you will use, storyboard or mock-ups, different screen, even handwritten notes you can use, take a picture or scan images and show that this is what your ad will look like. This is the message you will communicate, right? So it's something which you'll use for marketing.
Yes, sir.
This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Point number 6, projected capital expenditure to start the business. Now, this is where you estimate that when I'm starting this business, what kind of expenditure I will have to make. So what is the equipment I will need to begin with? It need not be a very large beginning, it doesn't have to require an investment of more than 10 lakhs. That's up to you. What is the scale of this project you're sure? Okay. Maybe it needs 5 lakhs of investment, right? So what all does it need? Does it need any computers, creation of website? So how much for a website? Okay. And then how much do you need for the initial digital marketing or for the launch? Or what are the other equipment you need? Do you need to hire a place? If you need to hire a place, what kind of security deposit you have to give? What is furniture and fixtures you have to buy, or whatever you need for this project, right? Just make an estimate of the items you need and the places you will be spending money, and what is the approximate expenditure item wise, right? So give a breakup for each item so that you have an
Okay, sir.
idea what is it going to cost. And once you have that idea, then where are you going to raise this money from, right? Do you have this money in your own account, or do you need to ask some friends, relatives, or your family, or do you need to raise it as a loan or something? That comes later, but at least make a list of your capital expenditure which you are expecting.
Sir,
Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
advertisement or capital expenditure?
Sorry.
Advertisements also.
Yes, the launch ads will come in capital expenditure, but not the ongoing ad. The initial ads you can cover in capital expenditure when you are launching,
Okay, sir.
right? So initially, if you think you're going to spend 1 lakh rupees on launch ad, well, it can be capital expenditure, or you can take it as a revenue expenditure also, operational expenditure. It's up to you. But generally, in the starting, what expenditure you did, you should show it as a capital, because that is the money you require on day one, right? So that will give you an estimate. This is what you need to have with you before you can launch it. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Next point is point number 7: projected monthly income and expense statement for the first 12 months, right? So in this, you take an Excel sheet and you make one column of expenses, other column of income, right? And under expenses, you write the item, name of the item which you will have an expenditure for. So do it month wise. So let's say month one, you write month one and you show income. I can share this format with you, in fact. Okay. So let me come back to you on this format. It has to be
So
done
this would be an estimate, right? Like,
Yes, it will be an estimate.
so we just have to make an estimate.
Yes, under
Okay,
various
sir.
heads, like let's say your first expenditure is rent, then electricity, then conveyance, right? Advertisement, then website expenses monthly. On a monthly basis, what are the expenses you will have? Income is usually only one or two heads, but expenses will be more than 20. You understand? Whether you have income or not, don't have income, you will always have expenses when you're running a business. So please be very careful about this. So it's income and expense statement for first 12 months. I will share a format with you today, which you can use. All of you can use the same format. Is it clear?
Sir,
Yes,
so
yes.
just
What?
guess our income, or how do we know?
Yes, you have to estimate your income. You have to project your income. That in month one, you will have, let's say, income of 10,000 rupees only, and your expenditure will be 1 lakh rupees. So there's going to be a
Yes, sir.
loss. So don't worry about the loss. Just keep going month to month. And for the whole year, you'll make a summary. The Excel sheet will add it up for you. It will show you the totals. And, every month you can calculate your profit or loss. It all comes in the Excel automatically, right? So that way you also know how to keep accounts, and as a discipline, you have to maintain accounts if you're starting any kind of a venture. Whether it's a small venture or a large, you have to maintain accounts. And as a practice, you have to record all your expenses and all your income on a day-to-day basis. That's it. So typically, you
Yes.
do it on a monthly basis, so you can calculate in a month how did you perform every month.
Sir, how do you justify that monthly income that I put? If I tell that, okay, I will have 10,000 sales, how am I going to justify that?
It's an estimate. Justify means you will say, okay, fine. In month one, I am going to just do a little bit of test sales. So I will just be reaching out to 100 people, and out of that, if I do 10% conversion, 10 people will buy it. And if each item is costing 1,000 rupees, so 10 into 1,000 is 10,000 rupees. That kind of an estimate. It has to be a realistic estimate, right? And it usually comes from the number of people you contact. So if you have contacted an X number of end users or customers, right? Potential customers. And you know that out of that 10 or 15 or 20% are going to convert into buying your product. That's where the figure will come from. And how much you have to spend, the money you have to spend to reach these 100 people. That becomes your expenditure. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is break even. Now, what is break even? I can show you an example of break even also, but first let me just explain it to you. Break even is that point of your sales or revenue figure in which you are at no profit and no loss. You are only breaking even, means you are covering your expenses. You are just breaking even on your monthly expenses. So let us say your monthly expenses are 1 lakh rupees, all inclusive, and those are almost fixed expenses, 1 lakh rupees, right? Now, for you to cover these 1 lakh or to earn this 1 lakh rupees, you have to make a certain amount of sale, right? Or certain number of products you have to sell. Now, what is that number of products which will give you a gross profit of 1 lakh rupees? Okay, so I'll take an example from Betsy's project. Let us say the item which Betsy is selling, from the sale of each item, she is earning 100 rupees, right? And Betsy, your monthly expenditure is 1 lakh rupees. So how many items you have to sell in a month to earn 1 lakh rupees of your expenses?
1,000.
1,000. That means if you are uh, uh, if you are selling 1,000 pieces of your product, at that point of time you are breaking even, just breaking even. So your break even point is 1,000 pieces in a month. That becomes your break even point. Why this point is important? Because above this point you start making profits, but below this point, below 1,000 pieces every month, you will always be making a loss because your expenses are fixed at 1 lakh rupees. So to cover that 1 lakh rupees, you have to make a sale of 1,000 pieces every month to cover that 1 lakh rupees of expenses. And above 1,000 pieces, you will make a profit. Below 1,000 pieces every month, you will be in the red, you will be making a loss. So that is the importance of a break-even point. And break-even analysis means, analysis is that, what if your expenditure increases, then your break-even point will increase. So it's usually an Excel sheet which shows you the sensitivity, etc. You don't have to get into that. Just make a normal break-even Excel sheet, which I'm just going to show you with an example. That kind of a sheet you can use. I will share that sheet also with you. And then you go ahead and show how you calculated the break-even for your business. You understand? Now let me show you that example. Just give me a few seconds. In the meantime, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm just filling out that sheet.
Sir, I just wanted to ask that all these things which we are doing in the information memorandum, so that should also be mentioned in the pitch presentation, or this is separately?
Yeah, just make a one summary slide of the information memorandum that we have an information memorandum containing the following things. So
Okay, sir.
if someone asks you for additional information out of your information memorandum, you can pull it up, right?
Okay. Okay, sir.
You remember we did one case study in your class called the Chula case. Did we do that in your class?
So what?
The Chula food business. We did not do it?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to use that today to do a break-even analysis for you. Can you see this Excel sheet in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This Excel sheet is from a case in your classroom which somehow got skipped. It is called the Chula. You can see here Chula calculation. So Chula is the name of a business which was started by a group of friends, two friends who were working together in Bangalore. They start this food business called Chula, right? Now, the background, the story behind this is that both of them are from North India and they're working in Bangalore. So they are missing their home cooked food. They've ordered for a tiffin service, and this tiffin doesn't give them the authentic taste of their regional food. Okay, so they're missing their regional food a lot. And in the end, they decide to open a business to offer tiffin services to office going people who are looking for authentic tasting food from North India, right? And they call it the Chula Tiffin Service, right? Chula is the name of a oven. Chula means an oven in north, like right? Chula, that's what it means. So when they're starting the business, they're estimating their setup cost, their capital expenditure. So in the capital expenditure, what all they have is in front of you. The first is they take their capital cost is around 2 lakh rupees, right? So what they do is this 2 lakh rupees, I think I have a breakup somewhere. No, I don't have. So this 2 lakh rupees consists of all the equipment they will need, utensils and whatever cooking material, etc. for starting this business, which they are going to start from their home or a hired home or something, right? So their capital cost of starting is 2 lakh rupees, right? Now, for the sake of calculating your break even, what you do is whatever the capital cost is, you convert it into a monthly cost, because after all you have to recover this capital cost from your earning itself from the business. So what you do is you take it as a loan in your business. So if your capital cost is 2 lakh rupees, and even if you are spending it out of your own pocket or your own funds, you divide it over an EMI. So let's say they take a loan for 36 months, okay, for 2 lakh rupees. So for this 36 months, their monthly EMI will come to 10,000 rupees. Okay. So that means over 36 months, how much they are repaying in this loan? If they are paying 10,000 rupees every month for 36 months, how much they end up paying?
3 lakh.
1,20,000 in 1 year.
Yeah. So over 36 months, it is 3,60,000. Right. So the loan which they took for 2 lakh rupees, actually they are repaying 3,60,000, including interest, etc. Right, over 3 years. So this becomes their monthly outflow of the loan. So in other words, it is an expenditure. So it is covered under monthly expenditure. These are all your monthly expenditure or the fixed expenses. Right. Now this is one of the item heads, your monthly loan outflow, 10,000 rupees. The second head is your salaries. So they are hiring one chef, and they are also going to calculate the salary of the founders. There are 2 founders and there are 2 helpers. So overall, calculating the monthly salary of one chef plus 2 founders plus 2 helpers, it comes to 80,000 rupees. If you can see on top over here in the formula box, it is 20,000 for the chef plus 40,000 for the 2 founders, so 20,000 each, plus 20,000 for 2 helpers, so 10,000 each. So roughly it comes to 80,000 rupees. If you want to take 1 lakh rupees of salaries, it's up to you. You take it as 1,000. But for the sake of this calculation, as an example, I have taken it as 80,000 rupees every month. Now, did you notice an important point in this? We have also calculated the salary of the founder, which brings me to a very important aspect of starting your business. Please do calculate your own salary also. If you're going to work in that business and you're giving up your job, at least you need to earn a salary out of your own business, isn't it? Don't think that you will not draw any salary and it is okay. Whatever profit comes, it's fine. If whatever loss comes, it's fine. No. Please add your own reasonable salary. I'm not saying if you were earning 1 lakh rupees in your job, and even in your business, you should add 1 lakh rupees per month. No. At least add 50,000 rupees, if not 1 lakh. That you're going to earn 50,000 from your job. So over here, these 2 friends were earning 20,000 rupees a month. So they have added 20,000 of their own salary, which is for 2 people, it is 40,000. So your salary head is coming to 80,000 rupees per month. Then your marketing expenditure are roughly 5,000 rupees per month. This is marketing, not sales. Then your water bill will be 1,000. Electricity will be around 4,000 per month. And your rent is 10,000 rupees for the hired kitchen, which you have taken in a low cost location in Bangalore. Other miscellaneous expenditure will come to 5,000. That means your fixed expenses on a monthly basis in running the Chula tiffin service as a startup is going to be 1,15,000. Okay, it's a sum of all this. Is this clear up to this point? Any questions?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Sir, I
yeah.
have one doubt.
Yes, Betsy.
So suppose if I am doing my business while doing a job, then should I actually add my salary, or should I take any salary?
You should. For that part-time work, for that part-time business that you're doing, you can add whatever is reasonable, 15,000, 20,000, because you are going to put your time and at least you expect an income out of it. Ideally, you
Okay.
should add your own salary also.
Okay, so one more thing. So, suppose like for me initially, I may not need any big storage space. So, if I'm using my own home for that, then should I need any rent?
Not really. Till you actually start paying rent. So if you think that you should pay a rent to your parents for using the house of your parents, then it's up to you.
Okay, sir.
But if you want to run it as a serious business, eventually you should pay rent to your parents also for using their storage space. Maybe it's 5,000 rupees a month or whatever token rent, but it should be paid.
But that is a future thing, right? If I'm not doing it currently, should I need to put it in the
No, no, you
system?
don't have to put it right now. If it's in the future, it's fine. Okay. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now the next thing is hold on. What have we calculated here? Okay, so let's go to the next. Forget about this calculation. This is a side calculation. Go to this. Now, what happens is in the business they have started, they are selling tiffins, these pre-packaged tiffins of home cooked meals to the people who are working in an office. And on each selling each tiffin, they are earning a gross profit of 15 rupees. This is what it is shown. Can you see this? 15 rupees gross profit per meal they are earning. Right. Now, this is where the break-even analysis comes. Now, in order for them to earn this expenditure of 1,15,000 every month, how many such tiffins they have to sell every month? So obviously, it is 1,15,000 divided by rupees 15. So this is what the calculation is. It is this divided by this figure of 15. So how many tiffins does it come to? 7,667. So about close to 7,700, you can say, tiffins in 1 month they have to sell. Right? Now, this is their monthly target just to break even. Now, this they divide into a daily target. So, in the next cell, you can see they divide this by 25. So, this figure of month they divide by 25 working days in a month. So, how much they come to? 306 tiffins per day. So, if they are able to sell 307 tiffins every day, in the end of the month, they will be breaking even. So this 307 tiffins per day becomes their break-even point. It's a daily break-even point, which they have to achieve. But it's better to work with a monthly figure, which is 7,667. Right? So this is your monthly target to break even. And to achieve this monthly target, obviously you should have achieved a daily target. So take it as your this 307 as your daily figure, which you have to do, just to break even. Did you get it?
Yes, sir. So, sir, this we have to do only till I pay back my loan, right? After that, I don't have to do, right?
No, why not? Monthly expenditure will always be there. In this, even if you eliminate this 10,000, then instead of 10,000, some other expenditure that would have come. Don't think that your life is going to be very smooth after 36 months, because by that time you would have created some other expenditure over there instead of 10,000. Right? So this, by the way, this break-even figure will keep on changing every month. Why? Because your expenditure will keep on fluctuating also. Although this is called a fixed expenditure, but if any one of these figures change, then this break-even will also change. because this will also change. Sometimes your gross profit per meal may change in the next month. What if the price of onion and potatoes increases by 50% in the monsoon season? Then what happens to your break even? Your profits may decrease because you can't increase the price of your tiffin. If you are price your tiffin at 100 rupees a day, in the monsoon season, can you make it 150 rupees a day?
No, sir.
People will stop buying. They'll say, we don't care. I mean, this is what we have to committed to pay, and this is what otherwise we're going to buy it from some other vendor. That is what the real problem is. That is the realistic situation. Your profits will keep on varying every month, gross profit. So actually, every month it will increase or decrease, it will change. But for the sake of a straightaway calculation, you can take it as a single figure for the first 12 months. Don't change your break-even figure. Take your monthly expenditure as constant, or if you want to increase it by, it's up to you. Every 3 months you want to change it, you can do it on a quarterly basis. So your monthly figure will look like this. So you can make a table like this, that this is for, let's say, for example, month 1. This is your figure for month 1. So in the month 2, let's say this is your month 2. So you may have this will remain the same. So I'm just going to copy everything and put it here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a few figures. Let's say marketing changes to 6,000. So now let's see, your total will also change. So just copy this and paste it here. I just Control C, Control V. So instead of 1,15,000, it has become 1,16,000 now, right? And I copy this also. I'm doing Control C, Control V, right? It has changed. Can you see? This figure has also changed. And is my break-even figure changing? Control C, Control V. Now, this is something I've done. Hold on. Okay, I picked it up from here. So I will take it as, I'll take it from the top. So, see, it has become 310. Now your break-even point is 310 for the next month, month 2. Previous month it was 307 per day. Now it is 310 difference per day, right? So this Excel sheet will help you to analyze your break-even. That what if, it's an analysis means what if I change this figure, what happens to my break-even, right? If I change this, whatever changes I make now, if I make it 2,000, just see what happens to your lower figure. Instead of 310, it becomes 312. So you can see what is, you can experiment with this. Can you do this? If I share this Excel sheet with you, are you able to do it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Any questions on breaking even? Month 1, month 2, and same thing. Excel allows you to do so much. All of you are comfortable with Excel? All of you?
Sir, basics are fine.
This is basics only, right? I'm not doing anything extraordinary.
Fine.
This is something you learn in a school. I've not even gone to the college level, right? What do you think? Do you have any difficulty in this? You can ask me right now.
No, sir.
All of you are comfortable in doing this? Because these are the
Yes.
very basic things. And please remember, you have to start using Excel a lot, because moving forward in your lifetime, this is the main tool you will be using in your work life. So you have to be conversant with Excel to this extent at least, right? So now you will be able to do the break-even analysis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go back to the to our project sheets. Where is it? Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have covered everything in information memorandum. Please have a look at it again and ask me something which comes to your mind out of these 8 things. Is there anything you want to add besides this, which I may not have covered?
No, sir.
Okay. So typically
Sir,
this, yeah, yes, Betsy.
just can you scroll it down? I mean, I want to see the point before. No, 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 the opposite
Uh,
direction. Yeah. So I want to know what that use of funds also, how it is.
So use of funds means if you're asking for external funding, right? So let's say you are making a pitch to investors or to bankers, like you did in the previous project. Remember, you went to the bank and you are asking for loan and all. Then they want to know what does your business look like in a few years and how much capital it will require, right? So right now you're giving a projection for 1 year and you're asking for your fund requirement is for 1 year only, that to run my operations for 1 year, this is what I need. But they may ask you that, okay, what happens in the second year? Do you need another round of funding? Do you need more funds in the second year? Or you will be able to bootstrap yourself with the same funds? Right? And what happens in the third year, like that, and so on. So you can create one slide to project this for the next 3 years. Just a small table that in year one you need so much funds. Year two you need so much funds. Year three you need expected so much funds, right? And that's it. And then you will do fundraising accordingly. And where will it be used? What will you use it for, so what kind of capital expenditure or any kind of operational expenses you will make out of it? Where do you use it for? You get it? If you need additional funding, where are you going to use it? That also they want to know.
So how
Huh.
do you? It's just all a guesstimation, right?
Of course,
Like
of course. These are all projections. In any startup, it's a projection. Even if you're not a startup, you are a well-established business. Even then, it's an estimation only you're making. If you're projecting something in the future, it's all going to be an estimate. But for companies who are well-established, they have a history to project their future. So they have a past to project their future. But for you, there is no past also, right?
so
So
how am I going to justify whatever I'm
you are going to
projecting?
justify because businesses who are doing similar work, they have some kind of figures, so you can pull up these figures from there because people are already doing that kind of a business, right? It's not that you're doing it for the first time on in the world. Some people would have done similar business. People are selling feminine hygiene product. What has been the journey of those products from day zero to year three? That is something you will have to research now.
Okay, sir.
Got
So
it?
is there a specific portal which if I go, I can get the financial details like that, whatever this financial details?
What kind of financial details do you need? I don't think
No,
they'll be
like
there.
if I'm trying to find out how, the people who are in the business were doing it, or if I want to get the how much they required, how much sales they made, so I need their financial balance sheet or something like that, right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, how I'm going to know about it?
So if you want public figures, you can go to the these revenue and expense statement, income expense statement of every listed company is publicly available. But these are listed companies; all the figures will be very large figures. They'll be talking about hundreds of crores. If you don't want to do that, then let me think about where can you get figures of small businesses. I have my doubt that you will get the actual figures, but maybe there are some examples given. Let me see
Okay,
if
sir.
I can help you with that.
Okay, sir.
I'll have to come back to you. Any other questions? You want me to go through your slides once, what are the pitch deck slides? Are you
Yes, sir.
comfortable with all this? All these slides? Title, what is a problem statement? What's wrong with how the world currently works? What's your solution? product demo, market, who are your customer segment? Is there a large total addressable market today or in the future? How big is it? What's the numbers you're looking at? Competition, who are your competitors? Make a chart of your competitors. Competitor one, this is what they're doing. Competitor two, this is what they're doing. Right? The nearest competitor. Don't talk about people who have been there for 10 years or something in the business. You will never be able to compete with them. Business model. Explain your business model. You know how to do this, right? How are these business models profitable? So let's say you think about 3 different business models. One business model, maybe let's say for Betsy, one model could be that you are going to sell it online. Second model could be you're going to get it sponsored through some money, give it for free to people, but somebody is going to sell it, is going to fund you, right? I don't know if that's a model possible in your case. If there's any different kind of a business model, right? It could be about subscription, that if somebody pays you a monthly subscription, there's a subscription model you have created. Could be possible, right? All kind of possibilities are there. Then your go-to-market plan. What is your plan in the first 6 months? How will you go to the market? What all activities you will do? What are the channels on which you will sell, etc., right? Is this clear? Go-to-market plan. Then team. Why are you the right people to do this? Right? What kind of experience do you have of doing this business or a similar business? Or do you know anyone from the customer side? Do you know anyone from the supplier side? How are you a good team to start this business, which will make it successful, right? This is what you have to describe over here. Then, of course, it comes to use of funds. And if there's any other slide you want to add, please feel free, which makes your case more strong or which gives more weightage to your pitch deck. Feel free to add more such slides. But please try to restrict it to 15 slides because it's not and don't push too much content on every slide. Put one-liners, two-liners and explain that content rather than reading from the slide. Anyone can read from the slide. That is not the requirement, expectation from you. Just make a cue card kind of a thing. Make a statement on the slide and then explain that statement. Is that fine?
Yes, sir. So go-to-market plan is like how we are going to advertise and all. Is it that?
Yes. For the first 6 months, how will you go to the market? What will you do to announce it to your end customers? What all channels you will use? What is the communication you will use? How will you reach your customer, basically? That's your go-to-market plan for the first 6 months. And then that will lead to expenses also. Whenever you're trying to go to the market, you're going to spend some money doing that. How much expenditure is there? That will come in your information memorandum, in the income expense statement. Okay? Month 1, month 2, month 3, up to month 6. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. So one more doubt. So
Yeah.
in that information memorandum, that storyboard or mock-up of advertisement. So storyboard means like if I'm going to shoot a video, should I put like, okay, my first scene is like this or second scene is like this? Is it like that?
Yeah, you can do that also. You want to show it as per the slides, that these are the messages you will give in that video. What? What was that?
Nothing, sir.
Okay.
And let's also talk a bit about pitch presentation. So the day of the presentation, please restrict your pitch presentation to 10 minutes. Don't exceed this. So you have to practice what all to say in 10 minutes, right? You have to say everything relevant and of importance in 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a very long time. You have to give your entire presentation in 10 minutes only. And so you have to say everything that is important in 10 minutes. Yeah.
Sir, so this information memorandum is we are supposed to make it in Word, right?
No, whatever has to be in Excel will be in Excel, like income expense sheet and all this.
Those things would be on, of course, the Excel sheet. but the pictures and everything would be on Word. So can we put it in our 10-minute pitch as itself?
No, information memorandum is never covered in the pitch. You have to, so make an extra slide which will show a table of your information memorandum, right? And in that table, have the documents prepared in the extra folders. So if the judges ask you to show a particular document of the information memorandum, you can just pull it up immediately. You don't have to show it in your pitch deck. It is something which ideally the judges will have with them. They have access to your information memorandum. That's how it happens in a pitch deck. You're supposed to share your information memorandum with the investors or the jury who's sitting in front of you. It should be there with them in advance. That's why I've asked for it in advance.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Clear? And also clear about your presentation. 10 minutes of presentation plus 5 minutes you will get for answering your questions from the judges.
Okay, sir.
And all this is going to take place in the classroom, right? It is not online. So you have to.
So we don't have to show this video while we present, right?
Which video?
The video which was included in the information.
No, not in the pitch deck. Unless you feel that it's a 10-second or 30-second video and you want to put it in the pitch deck, you can go ahead and do it. But if it's a 3-minute video and you're showing it in the pitch deck, then you lose those 3 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
You can ask me questions anytime later also. In the group or separately, I'm available to answer them.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So are we done for the day?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Wish you all the best. Yeah, you're welcome. So let me end the session and wish you all the best.
Sir, can you put this recording, upload it in the YouTube if you have
I'll do that. I'll do that. That's why I've recorded it. I will share it on the YouTube. And what else I was saying? Yeah. So you know the deadline now. It's on Saturday by 6 p.m. You have to upload both the things, information memorandum as well as your pitch deck.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
And you can do it before that also. Don't wait for the last minute kind of thing. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good night to
Thank
all
you,
of
sir.
you. All the best. Yeah. Bye.